Hi Year 8 and welcome to our second video looking at percentages. This one is focusing on finding percentage increases and decreases. So we're going to go through a couple of examples of how to find percentage increases and decreases, and like last time, there are a couple of different ways of going about these kinds of problems, and I'm going to go through both. So let's start by having a look at this first question. We're told that a weekly wage is being increased from $980 per week to $1,020 per week. And we're asked to find what is the percentage increase. In other words, what is the increase in the wage as a percentage of the original wage? A lot of times, wage increases and decreases are discussed in terms of percentages, so it's important to have an understanding of what these percentages actually mean, which is why you're learning how to do these kinds of problems. Anyhow, to figure out what the percentage increase is, we first need to figure out how much the wage increased by. In other words, what is the difference between 980 and 1020? And that's of course just going to be $40, since 1020 take away 980 is 40. We then need to find out what is this increase as a percentage of the original wage. In other words, what is 40 as a percentage of 980? And we can do this simply by putting into your calculator exactly what is here. 40 divided by 980 and then multiplied by 100, and we get 4.08%. This gives us our answer and tells us that the wage has increased by 4.08%. Now I'm going to quickly go through the other way of solving this type of problem, and like in the other video, it's then up to you to decide which of these methods makes the most sense to you, and therefore which one you would prefer to use. In this method, we straight away work out what is the final amount as a percentage of the initial amount. So we put into our calculator 1020 divided by 980 and then multiplied by 100, and we get 104.08%. Now this percentage tells us that 1020 is 104.08% of 980. It is not the percentage increase. To find the percentage increase, we need to subtract 100 from 104.08, since 100% represents the initial amount, the 980, and the difference of 4.08% represents the percentage increase. Now here's a chance for you to practice having a go at these types of problems yourself. Pause the video here, have a go at them, and then keep watching to check your answers. So here are the answers to the problems. I've used the first method I went through to work them out, but of course either way you went about it is fine as long as you get the correct answer. So moving on now to finding a percentage decrease. This is similar to increasing in some ways, so isn't something completely new. This time we're going to look at the example of a wage decreasing from $640 per week to $590 per week. To figure out what the percentage decrease is, we first need to figure out what was the decrease in the wage. In other words, what is the difference between $640 and $590, and that's of course just going to be $50, since $640 take away $590 is $50. We then need to find out what is this decrease as a percentage of the original amount. In other words, what is 50 as a percentage of 640? And we can do this simply by putting into your calculator exactly what is here. 50 divided by 640 and then multiplied by 100, and we get 7.81%. This gives us our answer and tells us that the wage has decreased by 7.81%. Again, I'm going to quickly go through the other way of solving this type of problem. In this method, we straight away work out what is the final amount as a percentage of the initial amount. So we put into our calculator 590 divided by 640 and then multiplied by 100, and we get 92.19%. Now this percentage tells us that 590 is 92.19% of 640. It is not the percentage decrease. To find the percentage decrease, we need to subtract 92.19 from 100, since 100% represents the initial amount, the 640, and 92.19% represents what we are left with of the initial amount after the decrease. The difference between these two percentages is the percentage decrease, 7.81%. So once again, here are a couple of practice questions. Pause the video, have a go at them, and then keep watching to check your answers. So again, I've used the first method here to show my working out, but either way you do it is fine as long as you've got the correct answer. So the last slide here just has a couple more practice questions. Again, pause the video, then continue watching to check your answers.